Very cheery gospel tonight. We're getting again to the last weeks of the year, of the liturgical year, and the themes are all about the end times. I was listening to I have another parish that I help out as well, and one of the women was sharing with me that at the end of the elections, she was up all night long, and she couldn't sleep. And I presume that meant she didn't like Trump in office either, but I thought to myself, she had a lot of fear. That was the point I got. She had a lot of fear. And I think that a lot of people have fear today. What's going to happen next? Anybody who is kind of keeping track of what's going on in the public, there's a lot to be afraid about. There's a lot of protesting everywhere in the streets, and of course there's wars and insurrections. And Jesus says today in the gospel, do not be terrified. That's the words that really struck out to me. Do not be terrified. In fact, he says, you don't have to fear. You don't even have to make up your defense. You don't have to imagine how you're going to defend yourself or when and where you're going to have to defend yourself, because I'm going to be glorified through you and I'm going to speak through you. And so I present to you the idea of trust tonight. Trust in Jesus. A lot of times we're in the midst of the kingdom and we don't see it. We don't know it. We may feel there's darkness around us or anxiety or tension. But think, for example, about an electron. You are students, and some of you are in science classes. Nobody can actually see an electron, right? You can't see an electron, but we know that it's there, okay? It's been proven it's there. Or a chiliagon. A chiliagon is a 1,000-sided, looks like a circle, okay? But it's got 1,000 sides, and you can't really see those sides. I can't even really hardly imagine it, but you can know that they're there. And so there are many examples in our life where the reality is such, and we trust it to be, even though we don't necessarily are unable to put our finger on it, sort of prove it to ourselves. We kind of trust it to be the case. And that's also true about the kingdom of God. That the kingdom of God is in our midst, the kingdom of God is in our hearts, the victory of God in the kingdom is in our midst. And we might not always be able to see and put our fingers on it, but in fact Christ says, I have won the victory. I have overcome the world. Now, I knew a man once many years ago who had an incredible story, and he came out of communist Vietnam, and he escaped on a ship, and he had a friend who was a close female friend who was outside, and they had a plan, and the plan was that he was going to get a certain distance off the coast on the ship, and he was going to jump, and she was going to be there to meet him on a certain day at a certain time. And that man eventually did get saved, and he came to America, and he was working as an engineer here in the southern suburbs. And I thought to myself about this man, the striking amount of trust he had to have. That you're going to get on a boat, you're going to try and escape the communists, you're going to get out there and jump, and an old friend says they're going to be there to meet you in the middle of the ocean. That's a lot of trust. Well, sometimes it's very practical for us. Trust God to help us get through tests. Trust God that will help us do this speech class and get in front of our peers. Trust God that He's going to help us get through a relationship issue or a family issue. Today we're thinking about Jesus, who's overcome the world, who's conquered all evil. And though a lot's going on in society that is dark, we put our trust in Him.